Hi, Steve Savage here. Welcome back to the Bar Stool Tender. Pull up a stool because I've got a really great whiskey and a wonderful pairing to share with you today. Taking a break from my work with Savage and Cook to highlight another of our local distilleries. This is Prohibition Spirits in Sonoma, and they make Hooker's House Rye and Hooker's House Bourbon. And it is finished in Zinfandel barrels. It's a fabulous wood-finished whiskey. I know some of my bourbon purist friends do not enjoy it, or don't enjoy anything that's finished other than straight oak. But I will tell you, this is some fabulous, delicious whiskey. I'm gonna pour a little right now and taste this first. This is Hooker's House Rye. I had an incident in Cuba with this whiskey, and I was signed up for a cigar with a cigar sommelier, Pedro Tejada Torres, and he was going to take me through a tasting of a Cuban cigar with Cuban rum and coffee and chocolate. It's a very structured event. It usually just goes with the cigar. It's very structured. So when I went, I was a little disappointed to find that Pedro did not speak English, and Ron was there to help by translating. And I thought, okay, that's great. And so he took me through the beginning of the ceremony, lighting the cigar. And then Pedro came over to say a few words. And I had brought some of Prohibition spirits into the country. I'm not going to talk about the legality of that or not. However, I happen to have it in a flask. And Pedro said a few words in Spanish, roughly translated, and then was about to walk away when I said, wait, you need to taste this whiskey from Sonoma. And I poured him some, and he tasted it, and he said, that's delicious. So apparently he does know a little English. And we got to talking about cigar pairings and drinking this. He brought everyone out of the kitchen to taste it. He poured some for his partner who was stuck in the kitchen so he could taste it. We were enjoying the whiskey. We never really got to the end of that very structured ceremony. Again, the whiskey finished in Zinfandel barrels. This has got the tartness of the rye, a little bit of sweetness from that Zinfandel barrel. It's just wonderful. The cigar, I really want to pair this with. I would love to do a cigar event with Fred Groth, the owner of Prohibition Spirits, but we haven't been able to set a date together. But Fred, if you watch this, get in touch with me. I got a couple dates in September for us. This is an Arturo Fuente Hemingway classic. Amazing blend, medium to full bodied. It's approachable for someone, and that would be my dog. It's approachable for someone who doesn't always smoke cigars. but it's complex, it's delicious, it's not overpowering, and that's important because in pairing it with the Zinfandel, you want something that lets the subtle flavors of the Zinfandel come through. And of course, I couldn't have said it better myself. It's an amazing pairing, allowing the flavors of both the cigar and the whiskey to come through. I look forward to doing a cigar pairing event with Prohibition spirits. I hope it happens soon. Until then, again, Arturo Fuente, Hemingway. This is a classic, comes in multiple sizes. And Hooker House Rye. Bourbon is just as good. And I hope you do some pairing and experimenting on your own at home. So thanks very much for joining us. Cheers.